Alright, I wanted to give my review of a circuit tracer from Klein that I picked up. I don't know about you guys, in the past, Fluke has sort of been touted as the go-to in this industry for the circuit tracer. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't know why that is, because as far as I know, the one that I'm thinking of, the blue Fluke circuit tracer, is for low voltage guys, and as to my knowledge, it's only for dead circuits. And I didn't want to run the risk of using it on live circuits. I wanted to follow the manufacturer's requirements, so I was out in the market looking for ones that work on live circuits, and this Klein tool circuit tracer does that. It also touts that it does underground conduits, that it can find stuff. Forget exactly what they advertised for how deep it can sense. The transmitter can pick up the signal that it sends, but I've used this for about 2 years now, and my opinion of it is that it's pretty great. Just a couple examples, I guess, of things that I've used it on. You have used it for the very basic, you're working on a circuit in a place that your company or you did not wire, and you're just trying to find the circuit breaker. In my opinion, you do have to take the dead front off to get the most accurate results. This isn't exactly much different from the wheelhouse of how these typically work, but just turning this guy on. It does have a light up LCD screen. It also has a flash, like a little torch on the end that you can use. I'm getting this wrong, sorry. There you go. Okay. I swear I've done this before. So just your signal strength, it will be picked up. So I'm going to do this the right way. So once you get this guy on, the signal will be going through the leads on the alligator clips, and you can pick up a signal. And you can go up or down in signal strength. Say you've got a gutter that all the circuits in a panel are going through, and you want to be super sure that you're on the circuit that you are looking for. This allows you to go right up next to it, and I guess in this case it's not enough. Let's try 3. There you go. So now you're getting a 9% on that when you're that close, up to a level 4. Okay, so 5, it's ringing out that's it for sure. But if you were in a big pile rat's nest and you wanted to check that out, you could I got a non-contact. That's the functionality of how that works. The kit comes with some little pieces that can go into plugs if you don't want to take off the plate. There may have been more. Honestly, I've taken out the big, bulky blow mold box, and I've just found a little travel case that this all fits into, and it works really nice for me. I can put it in my boxes and keep it on me in my rolling boxes easier that way. Some things that I do think are an advantage for choosing Klein in this case. I already had a Klein meter, so I got a bunch of lead attachments that I did not have before by purchasing this product. So being in the Klein family on this kind of helps me out with my troubleshooting, because now I could throw these alligator clips into my meter if I wanted to, instead of, if I wanted to walk away and go turn something on, the alligator clips would be helping me out, just pop them out here and put it into my meter instead. They work that way. The alligator clips are also one if you wanted to use this and just plug it straight into an outlet to find the circuit. You don't have to take anything out. If that's a situation that comes up, that's awesome. And they also have these, like I was saying. So being in that same family, it works out really great. I like that it has a kickstand, works out pretty well. Just a little bit more on the lowdown of what I've actually troubleshot with this. I have done underground conduits down to like, I think it was like a 2-foot burial, just some conduits that got hit by an excavator and, there was a conduit path that the guys were not sure on the site, because they pulled the underground guys off the site, and so the guys that were there on the job site didn't know what this new build looked like. They didn't have as-builts, and so there was one light pole or a Christie box that we were attaching. We ran some wire into it with a fish tape, but it was getting stuck, so they wanted to see where the break was. This is the story. I'm sorry it took me so long to get here, but here I am. So we sent the fish tape through with 2 wires on it so that I could trace out where the break was, where like the fish tape was just hitting dirt, so that we could excavate and repair the pipe. So, one thing that, while you're trying to troubleshoot an underground conduit outside, that's nice about this is I've attached it to like a 4-foot or 5-foot like broomstick or something, and you can just wave this while you're walking around until, usually you want to put it all the way up to 10 when you're doing underground stuff, and you can just wave it until you find, so like let's say this is the path that the conduit's taking, you would just, let's say like this wire is the path that the conduit's taking, you would just wave the wand around until it, rings out, and then you would be able to, trace to the point in this scenario where we brought the fish tape all the way to the broken spot. Once the sound dies out, then you would know about where that happened. So that's one instance. There was another circuit that we were at the end of this job at a hospital, and they had not updated the panel schedule, and being a hospital, everything, in general, you should always, everything needs to be labeled in your panel so that that item can be that piece of equipment can be turned off when it needs to be turned off in the case of emergency or what have you. So we were trying to create new panel schedules, and we didn't know what a few circuits did. So same thing, I was able to walk out with some old trim carpenter scrap wood pieces of plywood that were really thin, and they were like basically like sticks, and I just used it like a wand. Same thing, we took off the dead front, we put on the tracer or the transmitter, and I walked around with the receiver trying to pick up where it was in the ground, and it worked really well. Found the circuit, was able to complete that work, and in some troubleshooting residential situations as well, like trying to find why a circuit is overloaded, and you can see what else is on that circuit, and you can just go up to a plug and work it like that. So like if I wanted to show you, just in the case of my home, I guess if I really want to give a good show of this, if I just set this up for a plug, go ahead and turn this transmitter on. So I'll plug this into my fan outlet right here. So I got an outlet right here, just plugged it in. So if I go ahead and turn on the tracer, let's turn down the sensitivity, we got it ringing out right there. So I don't know why when this apartment complex did this, but I think they roped my GFI outlets, or at least one of them. I think these are on the load side of a different GFI, maybe. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I don't even have to take the cover off. I'm starting to get a signal, popping it up 100. If I actually took this outlet off, I could see that. I don't know why they did a small appliance countertop receptacle wired to you know, this plug on the other side would be a modern day, you know, no. But, you know, that's an example, like you didn't even have to take anything off. Works really great. Battery life is pretty good. Well, that's a good point, is these things do not come with rechargeable, or not rechargeable. Yeah, I mean, they don't come with like a power bank. They come with like, I think this one takes 4. Let me see if there's anything on here. I'd have to open it up. But I think this one takes like 4, and this one takes an absurd amount. It has like, it's like a double stack. I think this one takes like 10 or something. It's insane. So I have a bunch of rechargeables in here, and I would say that is the greatest downfall of this product is the fact that it's a bunch of AA batteries. And I mean, I already have a crap ton of rechargeable batteries in my house, but you're definitely gonna need to grab some rechargeables for these products, because when this thing goes out, it's going to go out, and you're going to need a ridiculous amount of packs charging batteries to re-up this guy. So yeah, that's my review of this. I really like this circuit tracer. Try to get it on one sale like Black Friday or something, because this thing is not cheap, but it is good. I will say it is good.